to me, the greatest thing that we can build is the black man and woman in our community, mentally and spiritually. Because once I wake you up and you realize the God within, God got something for you. I can't tell you what your gift is and what your purpose is. That's a relationship that you got with God. Mm-hmm. I'm just here to tap you into it, connect you to it, help you remove some of the things that maybe got some dust on it, and then you're gonna have an idea that I couldn't have even gave you. But if we build a business, a restaurant, get land and do all this type of stuff, but then we got Negroes that's ignorant running it, we're going to burn down the business. We're going to burn down the restaurant. We're going to burn down whatever you have is going to fall apart because y'all as people wasn't developed. So I want.
We used to stay in one room. Almighty God made room. Devils prayed for my doom. They weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom. They weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom. They weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom. They weren't prepared for the boom. Devils prayed for my doom. They weren't prepared for the boom. Little devils prayed for my doom.
All right, we ready to turn it up, man?
Let's go.
Let's do this. What is going on, man? We are back at it with another episode of Can I Be Real, man? So, of course, you got me. You got your boy. You got your big bro. I ain't just of age yet where I'm up, but I'm right there at that big bro line. So, you got me, King Mozzie in the building, man. Of course, across the table to me, I got my brother. Now, he might be up, but I got my brother with me, man.
I'm not taking the title yet. I'm big older brother.
Big
I'm the older brother.
Yeah.
You
okay.
big brother. I'm older brother.
Okay. So I'm like the middle brother type.
Yeah. If I wasn't about to have a new baby, then I'll be unk. You know what I'm saying? But since I'm 40 and about to have a baby,
that may gonna keep you young.
Yeah, I'm big bro. I'm back to big bro stage.
Okay.
I'm back to big bro.
Well, man, we got another episode coming up for y'all today. Today is a special one too.
Yes, sir.
Today is a very, very special episode today. Today makes our 100th episode of doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So everybody that's rocked with us, we appreciate y'all for staying tuned, for staying down, for staying a part of the journey. We told y'all we was gonna bring y'all 100 episodes, and what I've learned, just real quick, I ain't gonna chat too long, but what I've learned is don't say what you can't or what you don't want to do, especially if you ain't done it 100 times to know if it's really for you or not. So 100 episodes, bro.
Hey.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm proud of that.
Yeah,
I'm proud of it.
Most people fail like probably 3 to 5 episodes in.
3 to 5,
Hey.
which is crazy. And we done made it through 100, bro.
100.
Through every trial, tribulation, bro, that we done had doing this podcast, man. Different studios, different equipment. From starting in the garage, we like Amazon. We started in the garage, bro. So for the 100 episode, man, what better way to bring in episode 100?
Yeah.
Blue, and he got on blue too.
Bro.
Introduce it, man.
I'm gonna just say something, bro. This is divine, bro, because like as we celebrate this 100 episode, right? It's like the journey, and this episode represents a journey, right? Like digitally. And who better to represent that? You know what I'm saying? Than the digital real estate king himself. So, man, let me just get into it, man. So today, man, we got a special guest, man. We got Brother Ben X, man. Brother Ben X is a successful entrepreneur and digital strategist who assists entrepreneurs in expanding their brands, increase, and impact while gaining some income.
Okay.
He is the founder of innovatives such as Digital Real Estate.
Okay.
The Tribe.
Okay.
Here at the Forums. As a student of the Minister Farrakhan, he integrates spiritual teachings into his business philosophy. His journey from a college dropout to a successful entrepreneur with over 1 million followers and over 500 million views on social media, and is well documented across all his social media platforms.
Okay.
They shut my boy down, but he came back again.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Brother Ben X in the building.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Congratulations on that 100, man. He ain't lying, man. People start and stop probably within them five, especially when they ain't getting them views.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And this, like I said, it's been a journey. Just going through the process. Like you said, like people not getting the views they want in the beginning, but we figured what we doing, especially with our podcast, it's not nothing to where it's like it's about us, so to speak. We want to bring on people like yourself and anybody we feel like can impact you know, our community and give them some type of insight on whatever direction they want to go into life. So that's why we not big on trying to get like some mainstream celebrities, a bunch of rappers. We want to get people that feel like will impact the person they hear us. Even if we get 10 people to watch that video, we didn't touch 10 different lives. And that 10 lives may touch another 10, another, you know, and so by then we didn't touch the whole city, if not the world, by the people that we bringing in here. So for to have you for 100, man, we appreciate you.
Man,
we appreciate
y'all, man, for having me.
Nah, man. Hey, let's get into it, man. So look, man, before we get started, man, just as a quick introduction, if you could just kind of give your journey from, you know, where you started from.
Okay, hold on before we get into that. Before we get too political, right?
Yeah. He said,
I just
I'm about
want
to
to
get
tell y'all
politically correct.
where we first met. So we've seen him on social media. He speaks, he teaches very, very well, very professional, very to the point to where a third grader can understand it. Now, he said he hooped, that was cool. I'm thinking like, okay, like, you know, most people say they can hoop. It's like, all right, you can just put the ball in. You know how to not travel, stuff like that, right?
They know the basics.
They know the basics, you know? Seeing him on that court, let me tell y'all something.
In person.
The big necks that y'all get on Instagram teaching, that's not who on that court. That ain't big necks on that court. He not.
Nah, that's a fact.
It's a completely different person on that court, bro.
That's a fact.
Hey, I just want, bro.
I want to take it back further than that, though.
Okay.
Because you probably don't remember, but we met you at a dinner party, a private dinner party. What was that? Downtown.
Was
3
it
years
Marquand?
with Marquand.
Yeah.
Yep. And I stood up at the time. I asked you and Jake a question because I had a contract. What I was trying to like get a procurement contract with this plastic manufacturer, and they wouldn't give me the contract because I didn't have the revenue. And I was asking y'all a question because at the end they were like, y'all was telling me like some stuff to get around and do it. And bro, like that information really helped me. You know what I'm saying? I ended up not getting that contract. I got the t-shirt contract, but using that same strategy. So when you say we met you before we even knew who you, bro, we like, I told him like, bro, it be people that we just get in rooms with and we never know where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But when you genuine and you know you show real love, it all come back, bro. So I just want to say I appreciate you, bro.
Man, that's
for real,
good to hear,
bro.
man.
Because bro, you out here really impacting people's lives, man.
Yeah,
for real,
yeah.
bro. For real, bro. So let's get into your journey, man. Who is BNX and how did you get to where you are today, man?
Well, I always like to start with my true origin, which is my birth. So I always tell people that, you know, I was born in prison, and my biological mom, my mom who raised me, is my biological mom's cousin. So she's the one who I call my mom, who I say is my real mom. So born in prison, first time I see my biological father as well is at his funeral. It's the first time I see him. Growing up, my mom, who raised me, told me about all my siblings. So I got 21 biological brothers and sisters as well. And I knew that because when you look at the death certificate of my biological father, you can see all the different names and stuff like that. But in that dynamic, I still grew up as the only child. So my biological mom's cousin, who is my mom, her husband, which is my dad, he had a son, Tootie, who grew up with us for a period of time. But for the most part, I grew up as the only child. So knowing that I got all these siblings, I kind of found my voice because it's just my parents who at the house, they much older, of course. We didn't grow up in an era where we didn't grow up in a household where it's like a bunch of communicating about family and sitting down at the dinner table and eating and how did you do at school today? How do you feel? It was like I came in the room and I came in the house and I literally would go to my room and would be on my laptop all day, studying videos or learning how to create videos. So back in, so I'm playing basketball since the age of 2. Football, so I played for Everman Bulldogs, Work Height Soldiers, and all that. So I grew up in that BWO elite. So I'm just like a basketball player. That's my life. So I'm known as like, when I say ball is life, ball was my life. So I'm known for like going to sock. I start off at DeSoto. Well, no, sock. During lunchtime, I'm skipping lunch to go shoot, and I'm documenting with my camera. Transferred to DeSoto. I'm coming in early, 6 o'clock in the morning, brought my basketball and I started hooping in the gym. So everybody started hooping in the gym and then they shut that down. So I'm just known, man, for really being dedicated to whatever I do. But basketball was my thing. So how I got into the whole camera thing is I felt like I was pretty good back in the day. So I didn't always have like Baller's Life coming out to come film us. So I'm like, shoot, I'm going to film my own video. So my mama bought me the little camcorder. She filming it and I'm learning how to edit it. So that's how I learned how to edit videos. Then as I got older, man, I just had this natural attraction to want to really help our people. So I would do skits. I would do something called Wise Wednesdays. I ain't really had nothing wise to share, but I would just do something called Wise Wednesdays. And man, I would kind of find my voice because I'm really a introvert because I grew up going into a home and I'm living in pretty much my room all day. I ain't talking to nobody. And so when people see me like in person, they're like, bro, you kind of quiet. I'm like, yeah, that's how I naturally am. But I come alive like when I'm on camera because that's how, you know, I found a way to express myself. So that was my safe space being in that room. And so that translated from basketball videos into now I'm editing skits and things of that nature. And as I began to grow up, what I found was, you know, I had this natural urge to help people because I think the way that I was birthed. And the minister said that, you know, oftentimes the way that Allah permits you to be born. So like I was born in prison. When you in the womb of your mother, her feelings, her thoughts, what she eats is going into you. So when he began to talk about how his mother attempted to abort him 3 times and through not being successful in that, she became closer to God in prayer. So he became this spiritual man through this. So I'm like, man, what was my mother thinking about when she was in prison with a child, pregnant? Probably thinking about, man, I don't want to be here. I want to be free. I want to be liberated. I don't want to be under control. So when I began to think about that, I said, man, since elementary, I always wanted to do for myself. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always wanted to be somebody who didn't want to get up every day following somebody. And now dang sure didn't want to go to school for 12 years, getting up in the morning, going somewhere you don't want to go just to get a degree and live that same lifestyle. So I'm like, man, did that process come from that? So I say all that to say, man, I pretty much, man, grew up as a basketball player, found my voice through videos going into my room. And then, you know, when I became an All-American basketball player in college as well. So I was pretty good at DeSoto and SOC. And then when I went to Cedar Valley, I was supposed to go to Lamar University, not Lamar University. I went there my junior year, Idaho State out of high school. But the coach ended up getting fired when I was going to go there. So I ended up not going. I'm glad I didn't because I would have been bored out of my mind out there.
Idaho was crazy.
Yeah, I like to be around my people. So in my freshman year, I did good all conference, and then my coach said, man, he didn't think I was gonna go to the league or something. Like he was just saying something. And I remember being at practice and I cried. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like you don't believe? Yeah, I'm too small. Whatever he was saying, man. So I took it personal, man. I came back that second year and was killing, man. I would end up being top 15 in the nation, almost average a double-double. You know, scoring 30, 40 in conference with 10 assists. So when people see my highlight, they're like, man, do you pass? I'm like, yeah, I was ranked top 5 in the nation in assists too. I just ain't got a bunch of assist highlights.
Hey, they gonna show them points.
So I end up, you know, becoming an All-American. Then I went off to Lamar University, man. And when I went off to Lamar University, that was around the time, like my sophomore year, I came into the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, man. So I began to find that I was more fulfilled by helping people than playing basketball. And so when I got there, I was supposed to be on scholarship. That was waiting on one of the teammates to leave because everybody had to cut their hair there. He didn't cut his hair, but they also didn't take his scholarship away. At this time, the minister is teaching us about debt being slavery. And I only went to college to play basketball. I didn't go for education because I'm like, bro, what I'm doing, I don't need no degree for. I did videos. I'm going to do this. Like, people going to ask me for my portfolio, not my degree.
Thanks.
So I'm like, I'm not going there for that. So when that kind of didn't go as planned, I end up dropping out, man, and started my journey to being who I am now.
Dang.
So so you spoke about finding the teachings going through college. What made you find it? What put you on that journey to discover that kind of information?
It was actually on accident, man. I just went for associate of science, man. Just give me something so I can hoop. You know what I mean? I end up getting put inside of a class called Black something. And our study group coordinator, Brother Malik Muhammad, came and spoke in my school about the role of the male and the female. And I didn't even know he was gonna come that day. You know what I mean? So he came and he's presenting and he's just talking about the role of the male and the female. And you know, my mom, she did a lot. You know, she sacrificed. I always wanted to retire her since I was a teenager. So I'm listening to this and he's breaking down how give me any book that you got, religious book, non-religious, whatever. I can show you that the man is the provider, the woman is to help me. So he said something really controversial. He said, if I make 100,000 and my wife make 100,000, we don't got 200,000. We got 100,000. Cause I'm the provider of this household. Her money is her money. And you know, I never heard that growing up. I seen my mom, she paid bills, she worked hard and I always wanted to relieve her. So I was like, man, that's interesting. And then he was talking about business, which is what really got me because I have been an entrepreneur. I was selling hot Cheetos at SOC. You know, I was selling honey bun. Yeah, I'm known for that. And when I was at SOC, yeah, when I'm at SOC, you see them big old eyebrow. I'm selling the eyelashes and everything at SOC. Yeah, I had to plug for the beauty salon, reselling eyelashes. So I was always been like a hustler, man. I sold everything but weed, cracking, you know, illegal drugs. So I asked him to become my mentor because he had been doing for self for a period of time. He had his own school. And he was talking about how all of his children never went to public school. They all graduated around the age of like 16, 15. I'm like, man, I ain't never heard that personally. And so I asked him to become my mentor. So we started mentoring. He started mentoring me back and forth via email. And then I got his number. And then we ended up meeting up. And he invited me to the study group. And so study group is like, it's called self-improvement study group. So on Fridays, we go over the will of God, overcoming difficulty, the struggle for balance, like a bunch of stuff, man. And at this time, the minister, this is 2015, so the minister was doing something called the time and what must be done. He's talking about Syria and international wars. I'm like, bro, I don't know what this dude talking about. You know, so I wasn't really captivated by that because it was too deep for me. But Muhammad Ali was in the Nation of Islam. And so with him being in the nation and then being an athlete and then being funny, I related to him because I like to be funny. I like to make people laugh, but it's like I also want to put truth in there as well to where it's not so hard, you know, I'm talking down to somebody.
Hide the medicine and the candy.
Yeah, so I watched all of his interviews, man. So I was captivated, like, man, it don't matter who he in front of, like he's speaking truth to him, but he do it in a way where it's easy to take in. Then I started to watch the minister's lectures in full. And this is kind of where things start to take a change. Like, man, I'm listening to it because I had time as an entrepreneur. I didn't have no 9 to 5. So as I listened to his whole lectures, he may have a lecture called Accept the Challenge. He may have a lecture called Man and His Mission. But he hitting so many topics within a 2-hour, 3-hour lecture. So I began to take a clip. Man, that's a little 1-minute clip. I think the people need because I needed that. I need this little 2-minute clip. And man, I started doing that. And that really changed the way the Nation of Islam even promotes today. Through taking the lectures instead of trying to have somebody watch a 3-hour video. Now get this little 1-minute clip that you needed. And man, everybody does it now. So it just took off from there, man. So how I got access to it is through being in that college class, being introduced to a brother who was an example of the teachings, and then he just mentored me from there.
Man, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So what was the point where you felt like you officially wanted to convert over to being Muslim, to stepping into that fully, saying this is the lifestyle, this is the route I feel like best fits me?
I think once I got an understanding of what it was.
For the people, can you explain like what
you know, growing up, you hear Muslims don't believe in Jesus. You know, you hear about, you know, Allahu Akbar mean they gonna blow you up. All that type of stuff.
I was just like, growing up, my uncle used to tell me all the time. He used to dab me up. He'd be like, Assalamu alaikum. And I used to have to tell him, well, alaikum assalam. But we was Baptists. And I used to be like, bro, what is he? I never knew what that means. To this day, he'll walk up, and I'm like, bro, why you keep saying that? You're not even doing, bro. But to this day, Uncle Tim, when he see me, he assalamu, and I'm like, bro, assalamu alaikum, and I'm like, bro, we're not even Muslim, but bro, just to go ahead. But and what does that even mean, bro? Because I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, so like, you know, there's a lot of propaganda out about Islam and Muslim period, right? So if y'all look up something called Operation Northwoods, I believe it's called Operation Northwoods. It's like a CIA, what's the name, and
you tired of all these YouTubers, podcasters, all in the videos, dancing, not giving out no information, you know? Come to Can I Be Real, baby? Come to Can I Be Real? We're going to give you every step, tool, and obstacle that you need to know to be successful in this. Go to Instagram, Can I Be Real? And then click the link. It's going to take you to a website. The website going to take you to where you need to go. Then your steps going to be ordered to where you can get the things that you need to get, inquire what you need to inquire, and be monetized the way you need to be monetized.
I don't think they caught that.
They didn't catch it? They didn't catch it? They didn't catch it? They didn't catch it?
They didn't catch it.
So listen to it real good. When you throw that rod out there in that water, you want to catch you something. So when you click on to that link, you're going to catch some information. You know what I'm saying? You can lead them in the water, but you can't make them drink it.
Can't make them drink.
You can't make them drink it.
But guess what?
We can show you the pond, though.
We can dang it on show you the pond.
We can show you the pond.
We can show you the pond.
We can show you the ocean.
And we can help you swim.
We can help you swim.
We might not get you to the other side.
That's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you.
But we will get you to the water.
We're going to show you where that water is.
Click the link.
Click the link. Can I Be Real?
It actually kind of talks about, if you look at it, 9/11 and how the Muslims will be blamed. If you look at there's a movie called Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson. This is like 1990 something. It talks about planes hitting the World Trade Center. And then the dude is like, what are we going to do? He was like, naturally, we'll blame the Muslims. Now, we know the World Trade Center and all that took place in 2011.
Yeah.
So they got something called predictive programming where they'll put something in movies, in the TV shows, in The Simpsons and all this type of stuff to make it numb you. So when things happen, it's like easy to believe it. Yeah, it's easy to believe it. So I say all that to say, when I learned about what it means, so what is a Muslim? Well, first, let's start with the Bible. Jesus said, not my will be done, but thy will be done. You see that all throughout the scripture. A Muslim simply means one who submits their will to do the will of God. That's all a Muslim means. So you may hear the minister say, we're all Muslims by nature, no matter what you call yourself, because the Quran says that Allah will accept nothing besides Islam. So a brother asked the minister one time, he said, well, why when you go speak at the churches, because you know the minister speaks at churches, Baptist churches, he said, why don't you tell them that? And that was a good question, but the minister broke down like, man, if you submitting your will to do the will of God, but you call it Christian or you call it Hebrew Israelite, you call it whatever, at the end of the day, you submitting your will to do the will of God. I know what you are. This definition is Muslim. Now, we can argue about the ritual, right? Oh, do you pray 5 times a day? You know what I mean? All that. But by nature, we are Muslim. What does that mean? By nature, you would eat the foods that's best for you. By nature, the laws of God is written in our nature. I don't have to tell you not to kill somebody. I don't have to tell you not to steal. I don't have to tell you to do certain things, which is why sometimes you do it in dark. There was a story one time, I think it was brought to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or the minister told the Honorable Elijah Muhammad about it, about how this girl, a daughter, was having sex with a guy, and she didn't know it was wrong. And he was like, man, don't let her fool you with that. Where did she do it at? Was it where you could know, or was it in the darkness? You don't have to teach her that. So by nature, so we have what's called a self-accusing spirit. When you about to do something wrong, there's a voice within that say, come on now.
You know,
don't do that. Come on now. Don't do that now. And then you feel guilty after you do it. That's the God consciousness. So you don't need the book is a reminder of really who we already are. So a Muslim means one who submits their will to do the will of God. And the rituals is only a reminder of the principle the minister teaches us. So a ritual of praying 5 times a day, or I put my right hand over my left hand in prayer. Why do you do it? Oh, I'm just doing it because this is what we're supposed to do. No, your righteousness is suppressing your lower desires. That's the point of it. You get what I'm saying? When I'm bowing, when you're making your salats, you're not just doing it because, no, you're bending your will to submit the will to do the will of God. So the minister said a damn devil can pray 5 times a day. The ritual is not what makes you righteous. The ritual is not what make you, who you're supposed to be. So in reality, if you don't understand the ritual, then you're not really growing, because the ritual is you're supposed to understand what you're doing in spirit to make you better. It's just a reminder. So what is the reminder when we praying this many times? The remembrance of Allah is the greatest force to keep you away from doing evil. So if I'm praying 5 times a day, or you taking a bath 5 times a day, like how dirty do you think you're gonna be if you take 5 baths a day?
Yeah.
So this is a spiritual, bath, if you will, to remind us. So that's the principal part. So assalamu alaikum, if you look inside the Bible, Jesus never said, "What's cracking, fool?" Man, what's up? What's up, bro?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's up,
Hey,
with
what's
it?
happening,
Yeah.
man? He said, "Peace be unto you."
Mm-hmm.
Go look at it. It said he left and he said, "Peace be unto you." So what does assalamu alaikum mean in Arabic? One of the original languages, it simply means peace be unto you. That's all it means. And when you say wa alaikum salam, you're returning the greeting of peace be unto you. So that's all it means. And then Allahu Akbar, you were taught, oh, that's just the sign they finna blow something
Yeah,
up.
now I've heard that.
No,
Yeah,
Allahu Akbar simply means God is the greatest.
Mm.
And the reason they would do that overseas is because when people are invading their countries to take oil in and do bad things, all they got is maybe a rock. All they got is maybe themselves. They because the Quran says persecution is worse than slaughter. So for me to sit here and just allow you to persecute me, it's worse than slaughter.
Yeah.
So I throw a rock, I blow things up. We shouldn't do that. But the point is like, bro, I'm doing this out of self-defense.
Facts.
But they put it online, like if you see a Muslim on a plane, you know what I mean? It's, so that's the propaganda, but that's the reality of it. God is the greatest, meaning like, man, I'm sacrificing. God is the greatest. Assalamu alaikum simply means, peace be unto you.
Yeah. Bro, that's deep, bro. So, and I hear you talk about, your religion, and I know you're well studied, you know what I mean? But how does that translate, like, to the business world? Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been in your programs, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I joined one time when y'all had BWO, right? And that's when y'all had the tribe, the calls.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on that mug thinking like, boy, I'm finna get on this mug. I'm finna make some money. Bro, the first call I was on that mug, y'all was talking about like real life stuff and real issues. And it was all type of people on there. And I'm like, hold on, like this deeper than just business. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring in the spiritual side, but like not in an overpowering way. Cause like I never heard of messages of like you trying to convert people, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just draws you to be the best version of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so my question is, how do you incorporate that? Because like with all the knowledge that you have and all the people that you encounter, you can easily like give them a message of like, boom, 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 and hit them upside the head, but you don't, you know what I mean? You draw them in with the digital real estate, but it's like, once you in, it's like you get more than just the digital real estate. Like, how do you find that balance to do both and incorporate each other into each other?
I was asked something similar by a sister in the teachings, actually. She said, how do you separate business and the teachings? I said, I don't. In our Supreme Wisdom Lessons, it says, Islam is mathematics, mathematics is Islam. It says you must use your mathematical theology and learn how to get some benefit while you live. That is luxury, money, good homes, friendship of all walks of life. So it's the word. So really, what is business, man? Business, the minister teaches us, business is the activity of life to get food, clothing, shelter. Like that's what business is. You're providing a solution to a problem. Like ironically, we have something in our teachings called the problem book. And as you solve these problems, you get a reward, and that reward is money. I believe that is a symbolic sign that when you solve problems in the world, that's how you get money. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all paying for this space. Somebody's solving a problem for y'all. I need cameras, man. I need lights. I need a location. So y'all pay him for that. But to maintain that, I believe it takes spiritual development. Like, for example, in a tribe, if a sister was molested by a man, and this man was an authority figure for her, and then she's trying to change her life, and an authority figure is trying to teach her, and is a man, if she hasn't dealt with that trauma, that can cause a blockage to whatever she's receiving from this man. Just because you say something is in the back of your mind doesn't mean something is really in the back is stuck in the back of your mind. It comes out. It makes you who you are. So there's a reason you stuck. There's a reason you procrastinating because of something that may have happened to you when you was 3. You still that 3-year-old. You just got a mustache now, brother. You just got long hair. Your body has developed, sister, but you still at that point when something happened to you when you was 5 years old, 10 years old, if you haven't dealt with it. So when I come out and I say, hey, here's 3 steps to blah, blah, blah. Just execute. I used to do that. And then you wonder why this person able to execute and this person wasn't. Well, this person here got a lot of trauma they got to get through. So when they trying to make a decision, they got to get over, you ain't going to never be nothing. You're going to be just like your daddy. You ain't S word. You little B word. So they got to deal with overcoming the low self-esteem that may have stemmed from a parent, from a brother, from a father, from somebody close, to where this person was groomed to be an athlete. Everybody encouraged him. Man, he had a whole different type of upbringing. So what we found is people are not stuck because they ain't got the business knowledge. You got ChatGPT today. You got YouTube videos. You got all type of stuff to get the tactics. But what people are not dealing with is the internal person that's stopping you from being able to do it. So when I give you an AI tool that says, hey, all you got to do is put this information in and it's going to write the book for you. Why can't they execute on it? And you don't have people that take the time to say, why can't you execute on it? What happened to you? Where does it stem from? We can't get somebody to understand what their product is. So like, for example, somebody may do how to break free and overcome sadness. That's very general. So when I say, what makes you create that book? Oh, I just want to help people. Why you want to help people? Well, I just want to help people. Is there a time when you wasn't feeling like you was helped? Yeah, when I was younger. We getting closer. Well, what happened? Well, I was abused. Oh, okay. Who was you abused by? Man, my father, and just been going through this. And so really they're not embracing their story because they're trying to erase it, when that's what the book really should be about. How to overcome being sexually abused by your father. That's going to get you more sales than you trying to be general. But then they got to learn how to be able to be comfortable now to talk about that, because that's the healing process when you talk about it and you don't leave it to the side and act like it don't exist anymore. So that's why I found, like, in the tribe, when people started to like, okay, dang, that's my real offer. That's my product. That's where you thrive in. You trying to act like you can make everybody happy. You cannot make everybody happy. So I would do things like, who's your target audience? Black people, everybody. So you saying a black person over there in Japan that's deaf, that's your target? Well, no, it's not. Well, who's your target audience? Black women. Also, black women that's making 6 figures a month. No, not really. It's single moms who went through abuse. So really helping them delve into who they past, it helps them out in business. It helps them get more clear. It helps them figure out what their real solution is that they can offer to people. And then you deal with those blockages like, man, why can't I execute on this? So what I found is they can go find the tactics through Google, but having somebody deal with the spiritual side is what was most important. And the people who really was able to deal with the spiritual side or was already developed and they didn't have a lot of trauma, they was able to quickly execute on the game that I gave them, because business is really a byproduct. Money is a byproduct of something else. So once you service somebody and you're able to give somebody a solution, that's where the money comes from. Some of us are chasing money when we should be chasing the God within. Once I chase the God within and I'm able to, become valuable, money would then chase me. So that's the mindset shift we was trying to focus on in the tribe.
I think a lot of people are more focused on the lifestyle aspect rather than the real thing of, okay, I want to create a business. They don't really want to create a business. I like how it looks for me to say, oh, I created a business, or I like how it would look if I had a bunch of money from a business. Because I go on Instagram and I see somebody that's 25 flying on a private jet, or I see somebody that's 39 and they got a Bugatti with a Richard Mille on. So that lifestyle, that's the lifestyle I want. I really don't want the problems that come with the business, like we were speaking about earlier. Like, I believe that's why most people do fall off on doing a podcast within 3 to 5 episodes, because, it looked good for me to have a million views on the episode, or maybe I need to go get a rapper to go get my views. But the like you were saying, the target audience is, okay, well, who are you targeting? Well, I don't know. I just want the look of, hey, I got 1 million views on my podcast, or I'm living a lifestyle that Instagram told me that I need to be living by 30 or by 40. I'm not retired by 40 like Instagram told me I should be. So now I'm trying to play catch up on the back end instead of really just diving in and saying, okay, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I, like you said, why am I doing this? So I think people are more so chasing an image. So how do you get somebody to remove that programming of chasing the image to finding their real purpose?
Say that question. I want to go back to this last question really quick. The spiritual side, as you was talking, I was thinking, Y'all got the cameras. Whoever edit y'all videos, like I don't think y'all struggle with that. Y'all got here to 100 episodes by a spiritual component, discipline, not the tactical. This is how you set up the interview. This is how you set up the podcast. This is how you turn the light on. You can go get that off YouTube. But the discipline it took for y'all to say, bro, that first episode didn't get 1,000 views. The second episode didn't. The for however many episodes it took for y'all to start getting whatever y'all comfortable with, it takes something spiritual on the inside of a human being to have that type of longevity. I joke all the time when people go live and they going live on Instagram and they see they ain't got no view, they get the line out like something wrong with their Wi-Fi. Man,
they get off.
man, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, man. Man, no, you got one view on there. And you embarrassed because ain't nobody watching you. So that takes a certain amount of discipline, faith. See, it took y'all faith to get to 100 because y'all could have said, man, this stuff ain't gonna work, bro. I ain't no celebrity. I ain't this. You know what I mean? So it took that. And I want to say this because you mentioned you was in the BWO.
Which was amazing.
We taught y'all finances.
Yep.
We had somebody teach y'all how to trade.
Yep.
I taught y'all marketing.
Yep.
You had somebody teach y'all about life insurance.
Yep.
It failed because of the spiritual aspect. If the personal and spiritual development was there, accountability, responsibility, if we was more, everybody as a whole, developed personally, it'll still be around today impacting the thousands of people that it was impacting. It didn't fall because of a financial thing, of a business thing. It fell because of a personal thing. So if we don't have the personal and the spiritual part together, the business is going to come down. Last point before we get to that next question. The minister, you hear people talk about what have we built and what have we done and what have this organization done? To me, the greatest thing that we can build is the black man and woman in our community, mentally and spiritually. Because once I wake you up and you realize the God within, God got something for you. I can't tell you what your gift is and what your purpose is. That's a relationship that you got with God. I'm just here to tap you into it, connect you to it, help you remove some of the things that maybe got some dust on it. And then you're going to have an idea that I couldn't have even gave you. But if we build a business, a restaurant, get land and do all this type of stuff, but then we got Negroes that's ignorant running it, we're going to burn down the business. We're going to burn down the restaurant. We're going to burn down whatever you have is going to fall apart because y'all as people wasn't developed. So I want to add that part. That's why it's important tribe-wise to talk about the spiritual and personal development. We talked about issues, how to handle this, because you talk about a business that was doing millions. No need for nothing that happened behind the scenes. There's no need. Everybody was taken care of. The students was making money that they never made before. It was no reason for some of that stuff that took place, but it fell because of other stuff.
That, bro. Like, to this day, bro, like, I just recently deleted Nadex off my phone.
Bro.
Like, I was using that mug up until last year. Every year, Mozzie, what did I just tell you in January? My grandmother died in January, right? And I had to travel to Alabama. My wife is pregnant, so she flew. And then I drove me and my kids, and we stayed for like 7 to 8 days, bro. And the whole trip was funded off stocks that I invested in like 2-3 years ago. But the information came from BWO, bro.
Wow, man.
To this day, bro, every year I tell him, bro, something, like if an emergency happened, I don't have to go to my savings. And from the information that y'all taught me in that class, bro, I know how to make smart investments to where it's like, it may not be hundreds of thousands of dollars, but guess what? If I got $1,000 problem, I can go to a stock that I done put in money in and be like, well, let me pull a little bit out. I know where to take it from. I know what the simple stuff that y'all, bro, it helped out so much, bro. That's why when I say this 100 episode is divine, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's divine, bro. Bro, I got 3 books because of the play you gave.
Ooh. Wow. So let me ask you. I know I had a question, but speaking on that, right? So with y'all's group falling because of, you said, some things that went on behind the scenes, and not really getting into that in depth, but it's a narrative that they say that 2 black people can't work together because all they're gonna do is argue and bicker. Why do you feel like that is the case? Because after hearing because he done told me this story, like from what y'all told him and he teaching it to me, I'm like, bro, okay, well, I need this information, bro. So it's like, for the people that y'all have impacted, why do you feel like it is hard, or is it hard for our people to build something and it don't fall because of pride, ego, insecurity, really just ego. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to men. But why do you feel like that is the case?
I feel like that's the case because there's not enough self-improvement. And when I say self-improvement, that's general, that's a cliche, but meaning like, if we're going to do business, do you understand how you handle conflict and why you handle conflict the way that you handle it? For example, I'll be transparent for me in relationships in the past. If there's an argument, I'm avoidant. I don't want to deal with no argument. You know, but I'm identifying, well, you came in, you went to your room every single day of your life up until you left the house. Your parents argued all the time. So my safe space was to go to my room.
Have isolation.
Yeah. I don't want to see that. They put knives, they put a gun out, and so I'm like, I got the pillow.
Put the blinders on.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, right? What did I see? What was taught to me, either directly or indirectly, how to handle conflict? Did I ever see them sit down and talk it out? No, you get, like many of us, you hungry?
Yeah, that's our way of saying, hey, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You hungry? What you want to eat?
Hey, you know I'm about to make your favorite.
That's
spaghetti.
That's my apology.
Or the day goes by, days go by, and it's like, I'm tired of being like this, and then you just get to talk again.
Yep.
So when you learn that about yourself, you got to learn that about each other. Like, why are you the way that you are? What's your background? Like, one of the things that I'm learning now in the new BWF that I've founded and doing with some sisters is that it's very important to understand people's past and what their triggers are. Like, if you're someone who grew up and you had to get A's all the time, and you have this type of not pride maybe I'm gonna say pride for the lack of a better word, of getting an A. If you're in a position where it seems like you're failing or somebody's challenging you, you may become defensive because I'm used to getting an A. I'm used to like thriving. So if I notice that and I pick up on, like, every time I say this, like, you got a little attitude, instead of me saying, man, that nigga got the ego, man, I can't. It's like, oh, I understand why you're like that. Now I don't have to judge you. I can either we can talk about it. Hey, why are you like this? Or if you're going through something in your life, and you may seem a little spicy lately, instead of me be like, man, this ain't gonna work together. Hey, let's sit down, bro. What's going on in your life? Many times we come together, to answer your question, we come together based on a business. Can you help out with this business? Can you handle this part? Yeah. Can you handle this part? Yeah. But then we not really building a real brotherhood outside of getting some money together. Like, do you know what this person is dealing with his mom? Do you know what he's dealing with maybe with his bills? Yeah, he be making money, but maybe his expenses is high. Maybe his grandmother just died. You know, it's a bunch of stuff that we don't really know about each other, and then it leads to a misunderstanding. And when the misunderstanding takes place, your mind, especially if you got an ego, it takes you into all type of possibilities and things that's not even really true. So when you figure out, like, man, why this person so possessive over the business? He keeps saying my. You know what I mean? Like, instead of me having an attitude like, man, this thing will never say we built this. Hey, bro, I noticed, man, you always saying my when you talk about the business, bro. What is that? Like, where you think that came? And get to the root of it. Man, do he feel like this is his identity? You see what I'm saying? Like, is this his baby? Because, like, I gotta make this known that this is mine because maybe something in my child. So now when I see him do it, I'm not mad and taking it as an offensive thing. Like, he trying to leave me out. And like, he the man. Like, no, bro, really trying to fulfill something. And now what I have a better understanding, I can deal with you differently. So it's those type of things, man, that I think, I don't think it has nothing to do with us as a people. I think that us as a people just have went through things trauma-wise and in our youth and our parents they did the best that they could. They didn't know conflict resolution. Who taught them?
Yeah, for sure.
So
For
if
sure.
I grow up and this is the way that my parents handle issues, this is naturally how I'm gonna handle issues. It ain't gonna just automatically change because I'm a millionaire.
Yeah,
It's not gonna automatically change because I'm making 6 figures a month now. So I think that's what it really is, man. We don't really get deep enough to the work. And then if I haven't done the work enough, how can I let you know that? If I'm gas, all gas, no brakes, I'm making money, I don't have time to stop and figure out, bro, you know what? How do I handle money, and why do I handle money like this? What's my thought process? What do I feel about myself? You know, what's the real self-image that I have about a lot of us haven't had time to sit down for an hour and really dig into what trauma we really got. We just know we got trauma. We don't know what it really is. So if I don't know what it is, when I come together with you, I can't explain, hey, bro, when we come together, man, we dealing with issues, bro. I may need 2 or 3 days to analyze it first. Because if you try to make me answer it today, it's going to be anxiety, bro, and it ain't going to go well. Oh, man, thank you, bro. So now we know how to handle stuff. So that's what I would say, bro. It's just we don't have enough self-awareness. And if I don't have self-awareness, I could never tell you how to deal with me.
Yeah, bro. And I will say this to your point, though, bro. Like, we have, we'll say 5 meetings every day. Like, every morning.
We talk every morning for at least 20 minutes.
At least 20 minutes, right? And at first, my wife used to make jokes about it and be like, yep, I know you on the phone with your boy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yep, I am, right? I'm like, we on the business call, because in my mind, it's like, okay, but as we get to talking more, it's like sometimes we don't even talk about business. It's about the personal stuff, bro. And that it translates, because now when we out, people, bro, I see, bro, y'all chemistry on camera is so, because it's like you said, bro, it's built up. We know each other. We understand that, but bro, I hear you talk about like your new adventures, right? The BWF. Like, how does your past adventures of partnership and collaboration, how big of a part does that play now with you know, with your new collaborations? And I imagine you got multiple partners, because you said, you know, you and the sister. So like, how much of an effect does that play on your new partnerships?
Man, it's everything, bro. When that went down, you know, and everybody kind of did their own thing, it was hard for me to sleep, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I got songs about it. Because that was like the highest I've ever been. And when I say high, it's not just because we was making a lot of money, but because, bro, you know, you was in it. Like, lives was really changing, bro, from personal to money they never made before. People was quitting their job, starting businesses. So that was like,
y'all had me quit my job, bro. Bro, for 18 months I wasn't working, bro. I'm tuning in every day, bro. I remember when that Bitcoin thing went down. I don't know if bro, we was on some apps. It was people asking me, bro, how do you log in? I'm like, bro, I made money on Sun Moon. They like, bro, what is Sun Moon? I'm like, don't worry about it. Give me BWO. Bro, they went, they looked, they was like, bro, you paying that $350 a month? I'm like, bro, listen. And this is what I want for our community, bro. When they see them price tags and they see $100 a month, $200 a month, $400, $500, bro, they run away and get scared, right? But not knowing if you make that investment, bro, like, it's some programs out there that really, really work, bro. You know what I mean?
But they'll drop $1,200 on some shoes, or they'll drop $1,000 on that LV.
Come on, bro. So I want to switch gears.
No, let me answer your question though, because that prepared me for this. It took 3 years, bro, for me to be like, because obviously BWO was me and 3 other brothers, so it wasn't me by myself. I tried to save it at the end. You know, I ain't gonna get into that. I tried to save it at the end, but obviously I couldn't do it by myself because everybody didn't join for Brother Ben X. So I'm like, man, how can I rebuild this? Because it's just me. And bro, it's like a lot positioned people in my life. You got Sister Courtney, who I end up introducing her to helping her out with some digital stuff because she wasn't really, she didn't build her business online. She built a tax firm all offline. So as I'm helping her, bro, I needed help with my finances. She just started helping me get all my finances in order, my business in order, because I hate paperwork. I'm not a paperwork person. I just know how to impact people, make money, all the other stuff, man. I'm trash at. Don't come to me for that.
Yeah, that's how he is. That's my paperwork guy. I don't know that business side. I know how to do this right here. The content, that's me.
So she wouldn't let me pay her. I'm talking about like, Sister Coy, let me pay you. How much? Brother Ben, I don't need it. Keep being you. Thank you for being who you are. I'm like, man, that felt good. You know what I mean? Then you got Sister Alexis who came, who I met at a conference. She was a student in BWO. She learned. She like, man, you helped me turn up my social media. I didn't even know she was in it. We was at a conference doing a conference together, and she did the insurance. I'm like, okay, you do the business. We had business. You do the insurance, and we had somebody doing the insurance. So I was like, man, is he kind of replacing what I had? So I'm taking it. And then we had in the beginning, we had a brother who was helping with the trading. He became like the #1 futures trader at one time. And then he was like, bro, anything you need, just let me know. I was like, well, you know, we need somebody that can help out on the trading side. He was like, man, I'm in. So, man, we just like literally formed it, and I'm on a power call one day. The power call is what I do every Monday through Friday. We listen to a lecture, we may listen to the minister, and then we all give our feedback. It started off with Ramadan, actually. We read the Quran, one part every day, and then everybody give their interpretation, what they took out of it. So after the Ramadan, I was like, man, we need to keep this going. So we end up going into other books and lectures. See, all that to say, at the end of one power call, I said, hey, y'all, I've been wanting to rebuild this, and I don't know if I have the support, because a lot of people was hurt by it too. You know, people lost money. You know, people was hurt that, man, it was devastated. This is something I thought I was going to be able to pass down to my children and, you know, tell them about this program, and it just fell apart all of a sudden. Like, it was tragic, man. And I was like, man, I don't know. And, bro, when I just shared my thoughts with them for maybe 40 minutes straight, I come out the mic, Brother Ben, I'll support you. I'll be there. Man, I trust you, brother, because I was, you know, I never left. I was there. I was giving refunds out of my pocket, everything, you know, so
you stayed till the building burned down.
Yeah, all the way to the end, man. And so I got so much support. I'm like, well, we gonna do it. So I end up calling Sister Courtney. Sister Courtney, you want to help me do it? She was like, yes. Alex, you want to help me do it? Yeah. Hey, bro, you want to? Yeah, and man, we launched on my birthday, and shoot, it's been that. But what I learned from the past situation is, before we started, everybody vetted each other. We had to know how do you handle conflict. You know, what have you dealt with in your past? Before I introduced the other teachers to the group, because a lot of them already follow me. I let the hey, stop, sit up. I let the students vet the teachers. So I'm like, hey man, last time we kind of introduced something, and it was kind of like boom, and then now everybody thinking everybody did it when everybody wasn't a part of it. So I'm like, you know what? Y'all ask them any question y'all want to. And I want to put them on the spot. Ask them about money they made, ask them about who they are, how they handle this, what have they been through. Like,
let the community judge.
Let them do it. Yeah. And it worked out pretty well, man. And they felt heard, they felt like understood, because a lot of them was in BWO, but they was like, bro, I'll follow you wherever you go. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I learned. And then what's different, unfortunately, bro, with these sisters, bro, when we into it, because obviously it's always gonna be some inevitable things that happen. They willing to talk about it. That's the difference, bro. Like, we get on the Zoom call, you know, they gonna, you know, they ain't gonna hold it.
Last week on the call, you said something now.
But to see it handled, no matter how tough the conversation is, man, we talk it out, and at the end, it's like, all right, bet we just had a 3-hour call kind of guys. But it's like, man, if we was able to just have these tough conversations, the past one wouldn't even be gone. But Allah's the best of planners, man, and things happen for a reason. But that's what I learned, is that you really got to have conflict resolution. You can't let things slide, because it's going to come out. What don't come out in the rinse, they say come out in the wash. So that's one of the things that prepared me for this. And so right now, we haven't even really did an official launch. Up until like this year, it has all been beta launch, people that was already on my list. Gotcha. But we about to launch soon with something really big. It's going to include in-person building, free education. It's gonna be huge, man. So we got a lot of stuff.
Let us know, man.
I'm definitely signing up, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
But I do want to swing it back to what Dion was talking about. So for our people, we are more likely to spend our money on liabilities rather than assets. Why is that? Why is it so easy for us to go get the PPP loan and then we go straight to Gucci, straight to Louis Vuitton, straight to Nordstrom? But when it comes to something that's an investment, hey man, it's gonna cost about $500. oh man, I don't want to. You can't come down on the price, but we in Gucci and we showing everybody we just spent $1,000 on this T-shirt, on this jacket, on this bag that I'm probably only gonna really use one time, take a picture, ain't gonna touch it no more. So why is it that way?
I think because of, just the culture. When you have the Gucci bag, there is a sense of security and respect that you get that you didn't have when you was younger. So you buying that dopamine effect of like you have something new, you have something that somebody else doesn't have, and you feel valuable. When you don't feel valuable growing up, when you don't feel seen growing up, when you don't feel heard, understood growing up, I'm gonna buy the Rolex, I'm gonna buy these things to mask that I probably don't even see myself as valuable. Now, it doesn't mean if you get the Rolex, you get the cars, you get the Lambos, that's your reality. But I do believe that's the reality for a lot of people. And while we value that over knowledge, and we don't know the ROI sometimes of the knowledge. Like I know the ROI of having a car in the home. It may be a woman. It may be to attract women. It may be compliments. Like that's valuable to them. Like shoot, it's like it's like getting $10 back, $500, getting that woman at a, so for us, we don't know the ROI of buying it because maybe we've been taught all our life, go to school so you can get good grades so that you can go work for somebody else. The school system is teaching us how to be good employees, not how to be managers, not how to be leaders, not how to be Fortune 500 business owners and running a company. So I think that's what it is. And then I seen this video on Instagram of this sister saying, wow, in our community, we get together and every time we learn something, we got to sell it back. It should be free. And it got a lot of comments.
I seen it.
A lot
TikTok
of
video.
A lot of people liked it. I disagree with it.
Okay, why?
And because knowledge is free. Go to the library. Knowledge is free. Go pick up a book and read it. Knowledge is free. Go to YouTube and watch 1,000 YouTube videos and piece it all together. But what you're buying is convenience. Thanks. I have watched the 1,000 videos. I have watched all the 50 books comparing trial and error for you, and I'm giving it to you directly. Step by step. So that's what you're buying. You're buying the time back. You can pay $500 and get $500 back, but what I can't get back is my time. So if like that video, it sounds dope, right? But think about this. You can also go grow your own food. Why don't you grow your own food? You can also change your own oil in your car. Do you go to the mechanic and say, why don't you do it for free? You got all this knowledge, just change my oil for free. If you think about what else? I mean, anything. Changing your transmission. You can go to YouTube and learn how to change your transmission. Why are you charging me because I'm saving you time and you're supposed to use that time to go do something else more productive. So I call some things like minimum wage activities. Like, for example, I can have somebody go do my website. Or I can be like, I'm gonna just do it myself and save money. But bro, the 2 hours you gotta spend learning how to do the website, what to put on the website, how to do the graphics, how to upload the stuff. You could have paid somebody, bro, that have got this done in 30 minutes, and you could have been spending life doing what your purpose is, actually being more productive. So I would say, bro, it's just that they don't understand or see the ROI, which is why during COVID, people started to buy them because they started to see like, oh, people are making money. Oh, like yourself, like you a testimony. Hey, man, I bought it. Look at what I'm able to do. So when they see more people showing like, hey, knowledge is valuable. This is what I'm getting out of it. They'll start to lean towards it. But when everybody's just pushing the Lambo and the cars and that's the only thing they see. That's what they want.
Glitz and the glamour.
So which is necessary sometimes because you talk about what I do earlier. Funny stuff. You put the medicine in it, but some people just lead with it and then they don't tell you the background of how to actually build it. And that's what I don't like. Like when I talk about building my social media, I always make sure y'all see that 500,000 followers that I just got. Look at the number to the left, 40,000 posts. Some people ain't got 400 posts.
Facts.
So I'm like, bro, you either got the money to spend it in ads or you're going to have to put time in really branding yourself. So I always want to make sure that you understand what it's going to take for you to actually get here.
I think some people too, they sell a life that they really, or they sell a business that they really can't provide a service for. I think that may too be sometimes the reason why a lot of our people are skeptical, whatever the word is.
Skeptical.
That word too. I went to DISD. I'm sorry, y'all. But about why they are slow to buy into some people's programs, because a lot of people say, oh, well, they'll go rent a Lamborghini and say, yeah, join my program. And then you done paid $100 and he don't know more than you know. He really can't. He really don't know nothing about nothing.
They tell you it's a 4-hour class and spend 3 hours talking about mindset.
Yeah,
and then the last hour they just give you some little steps just to say you something else. I think that too though, bro. Like what you said about BWO earlier too, bro. Is like I think to answer his question, like people like been spending money. Like for me, I've spent thousands of dollars on programs, bro. Like. And just to be disappointed. Yeah. But for me, I'm like, I'm going to keep spending it until I find that right one. Yeah. But some people, they just get disappointed and they do get to a point to where it's like.
But let me stop y'all right here. To me, no money was wasted.
No.
Because I've spent probably over $100,000 on courses and programs myself as well. But you absolutely right. It's some classes you spend over $100, they may give you one PDF, like no video, no nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm the what I want everybody to understand, you're the common denominator. Like, you make it valuable. Like, somebody could have a bunch of stuff in there and then you still don't do nothing with it. So what I mean by that is, what I want y'all to start to reflect on, those who's listening, if I buy a course and nothing was in it and I'm trying to learn maybe how to do something for my business, how did they get me to buy it?
Follow that funnel.
So yeah, when I got in the class, dang, it wasn't nothing in there. What word, what key word, what story did he tell that make me say, I gotta buy this? That's what you need. If I paid you $99, that's the lesson I got from you. Not your course, man, how you got me in this thing. Then if there's a course that I probably didn't get a lot of wisdom out of, I may got in and say, man, I like the way he got this mug organized. That's what I paid for. So if we coming in with an expectation of, I gotta learn this to make $10,000 a month like he told me, maybe this course by itself didn't get me to the $10,000 a month, but something from this finna show me, be a part of me getting to my $10,000 a month. Bro, so that's what I want. That's a perspective I want y'all to think about, because you're gonna see a bunch of ebooks, especially with today. You got PLRs, private label rights. They just selling somebody else stuff. The course that may say you're gonna make $50,000 a month, some may actually get there, and they may be true telling you that's how they really got to $50,000 a month. But it's a lot of context behind it that you don't have. So I always want y'all to just pick up on the gems that you can do without saying, oh, this dude is a scam. It didn't work. And then you don't get a lesson out of it. Because, bro, I've learned so much. Oh, I like how she run her class. Oh, I like how she do her Zoom. Oh, instead of doing every week, she may do it like this. Instead of emailing, she text. Like, it's so much stuff that you just got to be aware of. And that 97 you spent, that the internal mechanic, the operations, it actually may be worth than the 97 if you see it from that perspective. So that's what I would say.
Mindset. And it was crazy. I made a video yesterday. I ain't even posted it yet. But I was explaining just that, though, that the mindset is really that's the goal that you paying for. That's the value that you paying for. It's the mindset. And so when people buy courses, they expect to like, okay, hey, I'm buying this course because I'm trying to make $50,000 a month. Okay, well, step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, that's what they looking for. Instead of understanding, like you just said, it's mindset first. Like, if your mindset is not right, I can give you every direction in the world, but you still not gonna get to this 50,000 if your mindset ain't where it need to be. Because that's the first step. You got to feel like this is really obtainable first, and understand how to really search for that. Because I can't just hand you $50,000 a month. Okay, cool. What if you do get $50,000 a month? How you gonna make that happen every month after that, and for the rest of your life? Because you can't get comfortable. Oh, I made one $50,000 a month. Okay. Well, what do you do next?
What do you do next?
You know what I'm saying? So I really understand that, like, just that mindset is everything. But I think people are looking for a quote unquote get rich quick kind of thing. Like, okay, if I buy your course, I want you to give me an ABC of how to get this done.
I heard something though. I heard Myron Golden say this though. He said everybody's like argue against that statement. The
get
rich quick scheme, right? He said, but what about the die broke slow that we've been programmed to do?
Yeah,
You know
because
what
I
I'm
don't want to get rich slow either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, because he
that's
was like,
facts.
bro, if I say I want to make $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I make $1 million in 30 days,
Yeah,
and you make $1 million in 30 years,
right.
we both made $1 million.
That's true.
But how fast do you want, bro? I want mine now. So I think too, with the mindset too of like, how do we get people to understand that this day and age, like you can speed up that process fast, right? Through your program, through the term you coined, digital real estate.
Yeah.
If you can break down like that right there, what I just said, how can people take advantage of today's time and where we are with the AI and the ability to, take an idea from idea to concept to sales within 7 days?
Yeah, like for example, I wanna mention something that we were just talking about, like just being aware of like what you buying access to, right? A lot of time we get a course and then we copy what the person does without having, like he just said, the mindset and understanding that the person has. For example, y'all probably all familiar with webinars. I can watch a webinar and say, I'm about to do a webinar too. But you don't understand that brother or sister has a strategy on what they
how
saying.
they
So
did
when you say they
it.
talking about mindset for the most of the part and then they drop it, you got to handle an internal fear that the watcher has. You got to handle that in the story. You got to tell your story. They're not just everybody's just telling their story. They telling their story so they can be like, I can relate to you. So you gotta handle the objection of an internal fear, an external fear. Internal fear may be, bro, I'm not good at technology. So when I'm doing my webinar, I can't just tell y'all how great social media is. I gotta say, hey, and by the way, for those who's not good at technology, I have templates. All you gotta do is plug and play. I'm saying that for a reason. I'm not just saying that for no reason. Then you got to break down, like I said, the external beliefs. You got to make it relatable. You got to make it to where they can see themselves in the story, see themselves do it, and you got to handle the objections in the story. So if I know right now, y'all objection may be, hey, bro, I don't know about posting 5 times per day. And I know that. Well, when I'm talking, I may have a predetermined or post for you that's already made. You just got to put your language on it and it's easy to post. So that's how you handle some of those things. So I just want to point that out, that you may say, let's go live, because I seen that's the way you're supposed to go live. Step 1 was go live, but you don't know how important the title was before he went live. You don't know how important when he's saying press the number 1. You don't know why he keeps saying press the number 1. He calling people out and he's engaging. You don't understand that's what he's doing. So when you go live, you just talking and you wonder why people come on and they leaving. You wonder why when you go live, nobody joins it. Your title suck, no keywords in it. You have no notes. You have no way. You have no call to action. So you may post 3 to 5 times per day, but you don't have a hook in the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video. You don't have objections that you handling in the video. You don't have a click here at the end. So you like, how is he able to be successful? He said post 3 to 5 times per day. Yeah, you did. But the ingredients and the formula of what you're supposed to be doing, you missing out on. So that's important. But to the point about digital real estate, how things is much easier now. For example, you can write a book, bro, in 24 hours. Back in the day, it was like, man, I gotta go through publishing. I got to go through this. You can go to lulu.com and self-publish your own book. Physical copy. Like literally, once you done, you upload it. You can go to fiverr.com, get your ebook made for less than $30, your cover, get it formatted, all for less than $50. Upload it to lulu.com, lulu.com, and literally you'll have a website. When they buy it, you don't even have to ship it out. They ship it out for you. And you can buy some samples on your own and you can sell them on your own. So that's a play. I always tell people this, the multiple streams, right? Not multiple ponds or not multiple jobs, but multiple streams. This podcast right here. One stream of income is the podcast, the video podcast that y'all got. Y'all monetize that on YouTube. You monetize it on Facebook. Then you take that video podcast and you chop all those different clips up and you put them up on Facebook. That's monetization, the clips. Instagram, that's monetization, the clips. TikTok, that's monetization, the clips. YouTube, that's monetization, the clips. So now, instead of it being one long video that you hoping get a bunch of views, that one clip may get a bunch of views, which typically for me, that's how I work. I may get 2,000 on the full podcast, but the clip may get 2.3 million. I made most of my money off the clip, but look at how many opportunities that I got, 20 different clips. Then Bro got a hat on. Is that y'all brand? If that was y'all brand, hey man, boom, y'all got this link. The link is in the bio if y'all want to get the hat. If y'all got the shirts on, the link in the bio if y'all want to get the shirts. If y'all got a business, you said you're about to start doing a logo. Y'all got Starbucks right here, but imagine you had a black owned or whomever owned cup, and I'm drinking out of that cup. Boom, every day. That's a boom. Then when y'all, instead of y'all depending on YouTube, depending on Facebook to put the mid roll in there, I got my own that I've shot. You know, so y'all may have a business outside of that, which I'm sure y'all do. You put the commercial in front of your own podcast. Then you go get your own subscriptions from other people and say, hey, for $500 a month, man, we got these podcasts lined up. You can be in front of these podcasts. That's another stream of income. Then outside of that, you rip the audio from the video, upload that to Spotify for podcasters. That's another stream of income right there. Then another stream of income, y'all may get together with whoever's on the podcast and say, hey, bro, now we finna use AI, upload the audio, and in less than 10 minutes, we gonna transcribe the audio. Now we got an ebook of the podcast because there was so many gems dropped inside the podcast. Now I got an ebook of certain episodes. So I just gave y'all 5, 6, 7 products that can be digital products off one thing that y'all doing. Y'all we showed up for 1 hour and you literally can delegate all this for probably less than $500. That's a stream of income. Then back in the day, you used to have to do business cards. Everybody at the club passing out business cards.
You go outside, flyers all on your car.
You going door to door. Now I can hit y'all. It take me 1 minute to shoot y'all a DM. Take me 2 minutes to shoot you a DM. Then don't let me program AI. Here's the piece. Program AI with my business, how I talk, how I respond, how I answer, and when you respond, that's gonna be AI talking to you. It ain't gonna be me. And the AI can book you on my calendar for me.
So your AI, your virtual assistant.
Yeah, that's my virtual assistant. So this is how you can speed up everything. So instead of you having to go to door, like for example, the company you talking about, ABS, when I first came to them, they was going everywhere offline. Perfect example. Selling insurance, doing it in people's home like most people know they do. Well, when I came, I filmed them doing a presentation and I blasted it on my social media. When I put it on my social media, we had so many people like, bro, I want to get a policy. I want to learn about insurance. Where we set something online where they can schedule an appointment online. That day, they went from being 100% offline. Well, not that day, but that instant, we made a turn to being 100% online because I can take this same presentation that I'm about to share with your family. Now, 1,000 families can see the same presentation. But I helped take that company to 1.9 million in less than a year. Just off building an academy and getting more policies because the same thing you doing offline, I'm filming it, I'm digitizing it, I'm putting clips out there, you talking about the insurance. Now more people can come versus y'all having to have 200 agents, everybody knocking door to door. It's so much easier. They were sitting once a week doing a presentation from the comfort of their home selling policies.
Listen, we're going to have to get with you so you can help us to, take our stuff to
we need to go to 1.9 million.
Yeah, we're going to talk.
For real quick.
Before we get out of here, what is some advice? I'm an entrepreneur, or I want to be. I'm inspiring to be an entrepreneur. I need some advice on going to that next level, whether it's me starting, finding my direction, finding my journey. What advice would you give to a new entrepreneur?
Step one, if you're a new entrepreneur, what I would say is the number one thing you need to know is what problem you solve. Most people tell you what they do. They don't tell you what problem they solve. People don't care about, as much as I talked about it today, people care nothing about an ebook. They care nothing about a course. They care nothing about their workbook. They care nothing about whatever. They care about a solution to their problem. The ebook is only the vehicle. The course, the workbook is only the vehicle. And ultimately, I want to lose weight. I don't care about, we're going to have this many workout. It's going to come with a workout plan. We're going to meet every Tuesday. I really don't care. Can you help me lose weight or not within 8 weeks? Yeah. That's what I care about. So when you can properly, clearly communicate the problem you solve, number one, you'll start to attract your audience and repel those who you don't help. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would do is write down your dream 100. The top 100 people you would love to work with, your ideal client, and reach out to them and go work for free. go work for free. It's gonna do a couple things. Number one, when you go work for free, you say, hey, I want to do this for you. I want to solve this specific problem for you. And in return, I want your feedback and mentorship. So you adding value to them. So in return for their mentorship, you making them better. So I want feedback on my service. What can I do better? I want a testimonial, right? So what does that do? I did it for free. Oh, well, I ain't made no money. Well, I'm so valuable. I got to charge. And you making $0 and $0 cents a month with that mindset.
Yeah.
So you're going to get feedback to make your offer better. You're going to get a testimonial from somebody who's your ideal client that you can use that testimony to go get a paid client, and you're going to get conviction. What I mean by that, so many people want to start businesses, bro, but they don't even believe in their own business yet because they ain't really solved it for nobody. So when I hear this type of story, when I'm talking online about digital real estate and what we did, the conviction is different than, I got this product, y'all. If y'all want to come in and get a I'm like, bro, I know somebody, bro, that's to this day benefiting off of what we taught. So my conviction and my voice and my energy going to be much different because I know there's thousands of people out there that has benefited from what I do. Just like if somebody's a fitness coach, like, bro, I have helped 10 women lose weight and they fine now. Like when I'm speaking, I'm speaking to you with a surety. Like my confidence is going to make you want to buy from me. So it gives you the conviction. So I would say, man, work for free, bro. Get you do a beta test, get you 3 people to work for. That's what I did with the 1.9 million. I came and worked for them for free as an affiliate. I did so well that they gave me equity. Like that's how good it was. And then we built other stuff that ended up leading to 12 million. But it started off with me literally offering something for free up front. So that's what I would say. Find out what problem you saw. Well, first, the Bible says your gift will make room for you. Because I think there's a lot of people out here chasing money. Oh, he did. He just said stock. What did he say? Nate? Well, let me go pull it up. Oh, he said crypto, sun, moon. Let me find that. And then it's like you chasing the money. Find your gift. When you find your gift, man, that's what's going to give you fulfillment, because there's a lot of people that may make some money in stocks, but they still unfulfilled. At the end of the day, man, we want to have freedom, justice, equality. We want to have peace as a people, as a person. Just having money don't do that. So if I can find out what my real gift is and then go find out how I can monetize that and solve a problem with what I believe my God-given gift is, that's step number 1. Step number 2, find that ideal person and work for them for free, and you never know what connections they got. Bro, the what we about to do soon with BWF is because of a connection. It's because of like who I am character-wise, what we've done, all those different things matter. And then just be consistent and learn from your mistakes. Don't sit back and try to get all your business in order before. Man, I'm still learning stuff.
Yeah.
So go make your mistakes. Don't worry about what people say about you when you make your mistakes, because those people who talking about you in your chapter 2, they going to still be where they is in your chapter 9, but you're going to be learning from your chapter 2 already, and you're a different person. So a lot of stuff that I know now have came from mistakes. Like I used to have a 10-hour class in digital real estate. I thought that was good. Man, I got a 10-hour course in there. We showed people how to make $131,000. We did it in 2 days, and we did it in front of everybody. We call it the 50K in 2-day challenge. End up doing like $130,000 in 2 days. And I used to brag about, we got a 10-hour video. But the students showed me like, bro, that's overwhelming. I can't watch no 10-hour video. So I learned, my course can't be that long. Ain't nobody going to rewatch a 2-hour video. I got to break it down in bite-sized pieces, add a quiz to it to make sure that they getting it. But I learned that from the students not executing. So you're going to learn stuff over time. Never think it's going to be perfect, and just launch, man. Take the leap, bro. You're going to learn from your mistakes. And I will always say this, if I erase the mistakes, I also erase the wisdom. If you go back in your life and you erase all the mistakes you made, you also eliminate all the wisdom you now have.
Ooh-wee. Hey, man, the mics is hot, man. The mics is hot, man.
We got to get you back up here, man.
The
for real.
mics is hot.
Listen. This is already a masterclass. I feel like we need to cash app you or something, bro.
Listen, man.
But
before we let y'all, man, real quick, just go ahead and tell the people what all that you have coming out. Yeah. I know you said you got the workshop coming. Tell the people what they got coming from you, where they can find you at, all the good stuff.
Man, listen, by the time y'all see this, we have taken our Building Wealthy Families courses, and we said, you know what? We're going to take it down from $144 a month to $7.99. $7.99 a month.
If you can't find,
hold on. You said $7
and
99
y'all
cents.
gonna get access to all of our curriculums that's gonna help you build, that's gonna help you figure out how to craft the right offer, how to create content, how to run ads. We literally giving y'all these courses, and it's gonna be like a Netflix type of subscription. If you pay $7.99, you're gonna have access to our curriculum. It's gonna be at bwfuniversity.com, www.bwfuniversity.com. And if you want to become an affiliate and actually be able to resell that and make money on your own, while you're building yours, that'll be $97 a month. So www.bwfuniversity.com. I got Little Ben TV coming soon, so I'm doing my own animation. That's gonna be really big, man. That's blowing up already with just the little teasers that I've been putting out.
Yeah.
So Little Ben TV, and then we got a in person. We're gonna be right there by Jenny's beauty supply store. We're gonna have a in person something, and it's gonna offer you guys free education. So they're gonna be able to come and like learn about business, taxes, CNAs, like it's like the different traits and skills. So that's coming soon as well, man. And then of course you can follow me on Instagram and everywhere, Brother Ben X, on all platforms, Brother BENX. But yeah, look forward to that, Building Wealthy Families, man. We putting that together. We think that's gonna be a great, because it's gonna be something like Netflix that you don't even think about, but now you ain't got it, and it's gonna be step by step. So it ain't gonna be like YouTube where you gotta piece everything together. It's gonna be a thorough course, step by step, but you only got to pay $7.99 a month just to get access.
Man, if you can't listen, you can't find $7.99. I cash up to you.
Nah, for real.
We're gonna have to do a course.
I'll sponsor you like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I was going to look. You got 2 or 3. You got about $14.
About $14.
He gonna give you $14.
You know what I'm saying?
I give you $14. So you up 4 months, and then I'm gonna get it too. So, but you up 4 months. So, matter of fact, DM us.
We got
on
you.
Instagram at CIBR Productions if you want it. Dion got you for 2 months. I got you for 2 months. So you really ain't got no. You got 4 months of free. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it's on you.
It's on you.
You know what I mean?
It's on you.
You got that from us. So man, go and take us out, brother. Go and take us out.
Listen, man, this has been a good show, man. First of all, Ben, I just want to say appreciate you, man, for coming on here, blessing us, man. For real, man. This has been a great show, man. For all y'all out there, man, listen, I just want to say, y'all just stay encouraged, man. Today, a lot of great information was presented on this show, from mindset to how to make money. But all this stuff was said, man, but it's not going to work unless you just get out there and execute it. So with all this information that's being put out there, man, go out there and execute. You can't do it all at one time, man. Like they say, you can't eat the whole pie.
Yeah.
Slice that joke up, eat a piece today, eat a piece tomorrow, but you got to keep eating, man, because if not, if you sit there and do nothing, you're going to starve. So I just want to say, man, rewind this video, go back and watch it 2-3 times. This has been a great episode of Can I Be Real? Hey, 100. 100.
Episode 100.
100.
Episode 100.
Can I Be Real?
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For having me.